Yes, sir, baby, on the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. You might know him from TikTok. You might know him from his music. Akintoye in the building. What's up, bro?
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Or yeah, it's Ak on TikTok if they know you from TikTok instead of the music. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like it's a combined thing, but just letting the people know.
They probably know me from just being on there with a bonnet and just acting a fool.
Yo, I was watching one of the TikToks and it was like the one where you were like, oh, these are comments I got a lot. And it was like the one kid was like, oh, I'm a 7-year-old Korean artist. Let's work. And then the other one was like, what's under the bonnet? And then you took off the bonnet and there was just like the blonde hair underneath it.
Bro, you know what's crazy too? Like I posted without the bonnet before, but it's just like, I guess people didn't scroll back far enough to like really take in. Like I got videos without the bonnet. So now it's like lore and people are like, what's under? I had people mess me and be like, you bald for sure. There's no way you're not bald. Like people think I'm bald. They think I got like, I don't know. I don't know what they think I got going on. And then every now and then I switch it up and put a do-rag on, just keep them guessing. They don't know what's going on for real.
Right. Cause I mean, if they literally just go into your Apple Music, there's like an album cover with your hair out.
It's like the first thing they see. It's like the first thing they see. But I'll take it. If it adds to the lore and the mystique, I'll take it. I ain't gonna take it.
Even on your YouTube page, like I'm looking at your YouTube page right now. There's mad, like, okay, obviously you scroll past like the TikToks, but then like the music videos you have your hair out for that too, and like the little freestyle remixes and things like that. It's all there.
I take the hair out on special occasions. That's like once in the blue moon. If there's something really big time going on, I'll let the hair loose.
Did like wearing the bonnet just be like, was it just something that you would just kind of like you just have on while you made TikToks and then it just evolved into like your own personal lore for your fans?
Yeah, so I started wearing it because basically my life schedule at this point in my life, like especially since TikTok started popping off, is just wake up, get out of bed. I literally record in my bedroom, walk 3 steps to my desk, and just start recording, like fresh out of bed, like no shower, just musty on the mic rapping. Sleep with a bonnet on. So like I would literally just wake up and just go over and just record the audio, record the video, and I was just wearing the bonnet because that's just what I wear. Because I don't really go outside, I don't leave the crib for real. So I'll just wear it. That's just how I look all the time. And a lot of people think it was like marketing ploy. But like, no, I'll be waking up and just rapping immediately and recording the videos right away. That's just how I look 90% of the day anyway.
That's mad funny. So how did you first, like, what came first for you? Obviously, well, I'm sure the music came first, but like when you got like started getting like steam on TikTok, were you still making music at that point? Like how did that all kind of work out and how did that begin?
Yeah, so I've been rapping since I was 10 years old. I'm 22 now.
Right.
So I've been rapping for a long time. I didn't start dropping music till 2017. It was my freshman year of college. I started dropping music. And it was terrible. It was trash. It was so garbage. It was whack as hell.
Give me a bar from a trash song that you put out when you were back then.
Oh my God. What's the cussing level? Am I allowed to cuss on
Yeah,
here?
you could curse. Yeah, you could curse.
I want a dynasty and ain't nobody see it coming. If I win, they want to join the team. You DeMarcus Cousins face ass. I was just mad because the fucking Warriors are super team, and that shit was garbage. So terrible.
Damn.
But yeah, so I started dropping some tracks and like no one really cared. Like, I mean, people that I knew from school knew who I was and they knew I made music just because I was out and about. Like people knew me that way. And then COVID hit 2020 and I was like, damn, like I'm just in the house, bro. Like I had work and work got canceled and I was just in the crib. The Canadian government did not play. It was like March 12th or something. And they were like, everybody go home.
Right.
They were like, we locking it down. Nobody's going outside. So I was just in the crib and I was like, I gotta like do something. Like I had done a live show like in the November before and we got people in there and that was my plan. It's like, all right, I'm gonna run these live shows up and that's how I'm gonna get people to find out about the music and stuff. So I was like, damn, all right, guess I gotta go full on internet mode. And I'd seen this like rap challenge on TikTok. It was like the Splash Challenge. And hella people were doing it. People were on there tweaking, going crazy. And I was like, all right, I'll slap something together, whatever. Like not thinking that 44 followers. I remember it so vividly. And I knew every single one of them personally. So I post the Splash Challenge video, go about the rest of my night, wake up the next day. It had like 10K views. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen 10,000 anything in my entire life. Like that didn't even cross my brain. And then after that, I posted another video and that video did some crazy numbers and another one. And all of a sudden I stacked a few of them together and I was like, whoa, like this is for real. And the whole time I've been releasing music, but like the I was still trying to find my footing on like what do I sound like, where do I really want to take this, like how comfortable am I navigating, you know what I mean? Like the penmanship was always good, but I had to kind of had a struggle of, you know, finding out how comfortable am I willing to get writing on these songs, like how much am I share, and like trying to fight that rapper battle, like no, I want to be cool, but like also like artist and I want to do art things and I want to be vulnerable. So I was trying to figure that whole thing out. But then TikTok started going great. Dropped a project December 2020 that was called Vertigo. I ever dropped the project to ears, and people loved it. And I was like, oh wait, this is dope. Okay, let's keep doing this. Dropped another one July 23rd of last year.
Yep.
That's my most recent project. And then kind of around the same time that dropped, like the TikTok started exploding. So it was really, really dope. The people are showing up and they're hearing like a project I just dropped and they're like, wow, this is cool. This is interesting. Like, yeah, he be, you know, making funny, cool stuff on TikTok, but like he can rap for real. And lately I've just been working on or pretty much done now, a brand new project that hopefully I could drop around the summertime. Give it a couple months, we're gonna see.
Right.
But yeah.
Right, because when we're recording this, you got the new single, like The Line, coming out. That's like your first single of this year that you're putting out, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's this single like? Why did you? Because the last single before that was Respectfully, and then obviously there were a few more before that in the project. But why this one to be like the first record of this year? Because obviously we're a couple months in now when this is dropping.
Yeah. So I can't give the whole rollout plan, but what I can say is there's a couple songs coming before the album comes out, and I really want to start with this one because number one, this was one of the few songs where upon completion of the song, I immediately I wanted the visual to be. As soon as I wrote it, I was like, yeah, I know what the video is. Wrote the treatment within like a week or so of having the song written. I think conceptually, I feel like it very much represents what's going on in my life at this point. There's a whole lot of things going on. And when you're an artist and you've been working on the skill set for a decade and some change,
Word.
You know what I mean? The pen game for so long, it hasn't really like taken you to where you're comfortable yet.
Right.
There is a certain level of like, damn, like I'm tired of waiting for this thing to happen. Like I got to go take it. And artists are oftentimes put at this crossroads where you kind of got to make a decision. Like, all right, like now or never. It's make or break right now. I got to make a decision for how I'm going to proceed. And I'm going to live or I'm going to die by this decision. But I gotta, you know what I mean?
You got to do it.
And that's kind of the concept of the song is me sort of standing in the line and almost demanding everybody else, like, yo, get up out the line. Like now it's my turn to get to the front. Get up out the line.
Word. I love that. And so like with this single, obviously we don't have a name for the project yet, right?
I don't know if I could say it yet. Not yet.
Okay. Respect, but it's coming out before the summer.
Yes, sir. Ideally it's coming out maybe early summer, maybe a little bit later in the summer. But
because like when I was listening to the last project, like there were a lot of different sounds on it. And then even when you go from like watching like your TikTok videos and the freestyles you do there to then the records that you do on like that you actually put out on DSPs, like there is a very different sound tonally, because obviously you're having fun with the TikTok records, but then the sound that you're putting out through the music is a little bit more serious, a little bit more vibey, things like that.
Yeah. And that was a very, very purposeful distinction. Because I mean, it's very easy to get, you know, pushed into the category of like, oh, that's just the TikTok rapper. That's why I've consciously made the decision to not release a whole lot of the TikTok stuff on DSPs. Right. A lot of it is me playing around and having fun and messing around. And I think that's dope because it's like it's a part of my personality. I like to think I'm funny. I
mean, your videos are mad funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. And it's like I just don't want people to look at the TikTok and think, oh, this is who he is artistically. Like, yeah, it's an aspect. But I do take the craft very, very seriously, and I do take the actual music creation very, very seriously. My influences are dudes who have, you know, impacted the game in a wide way. Like my favorite project of all time is To Pimp a Butterfly. That's what I'm
nice.
I make something that's on the level of revolutionary of To Pimp a Butterfly. Something that people look back at in 20 years and go, yo, that might be the greatest project of all time. And I realized early on, for me to be able to set myself up to be able to do that, I had to make the distinction and I had to draw the line of like, yeah, this is the TikTok stuff, but like this is the stuff I do for real. Not to say the TikTok stuff isn't important. Like I have so much fun making TikToks. It's helps me expand my pen game. It's almost like I'm in the lab. And the stakes are a little higher because if I'm in the lab and I come up with something that's whack, the comments are gonna let me know it's whack. So I mean, like I got to be on my toes with the pen at all times. But yeah, I had to make sure I drew that distinction between the TikTok stuff and the actual music.
Right. And even like on the TikTok stuff, like there obviously is a distinction because people know that you're having fun with it. Like, what's the kid's name in the car? I was watching Jerry.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, Jerry in the driver's
Jerry the driver's seat. Yeah, the Jerry verse. That was like one of the playlists you had, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is fucking hilarious."
That's another thing too. That's why I love TikTok so much, because there's never been a place where you could just get online and like, as a musician, you can like, yo, this is funny. I'm gonna do this. This is cool. Like, if not for the idea of duets, like I don't even think that's something that would have ever crossed anybody's brain. Like, if not for TikTok being set up the way it is, and almost being a place for people that are in very, very different fields of content,
right,
crossover and come together, like never would have heard me rapping over no beat of some dude in the car and his friends were singing and making fun of him while he's driving. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
And Jerry and the driver, shout out to Jerry and Zach, because those dudes are like, I've been able to connect with those dudes online off the strength of just the video. And like, I think also really, really dope because it gives us the ability to build upon stuff. So like, yeah, we could collaborate, but like now we get to stack. And the first Jerry in the driver's seat was dope because I added the raps to it. Next thing I know, 12 musicians, somebody's on the guitar, he added a guitar layer, and some dude comes in on the drums and he's tweaking, and some dude's on the saxophone, and like all of a sudden it becomes this just time to actually enjoy making music beyond it just being our job for us, you know?
That's dope. And so you said you connected with Jerry in the driver's seat off TikTok too.
Yeah. We were able to connect, and hopefully one day I can make a trip down there and kick it and just see what's going on. But like now I have a friend just because Jerry decided to be in the driver's seat. Like I think it's so dope.
Right. And you also there was one of the videos where you're like, I'm beefing with Jerry.
yeah, because they were in a limo and he wasn't the driver. I remember that day too. I was on the subway, and like the Toronto subway is there's a couple stops where you're like not underground, so you finally get like cell phone reception. So I'm scrolling through TikTok, like I finally got some Wi-Fi, and I'm like, yo, is Jerry in the limousine? I was like, yo, this would be hilarious if I went in there and I beat. So I shot the dudes a message first. I was like, yo, heads up, like this is the thing I kind of want to do, because I don't want to go on there and say something, and all of a sudden Jerry's like, damn, like Jerry think I'm really trying to beef with him. But yeah, I shot them a message. I was like, yo, this is the idea. They're like, yo, this is hilarious. You got to post this. And I just threw it up, and it ended up going well. Now Jerry and I got a little unresolved beef. We never really came to a conclusion. We gonna see.
We gonna see. But also with the TikTok stuff, so they're celebrating Black History Month, and you were on their list for the Black TikTok Trailblazers, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, because that list is pretty small, right? It's only 12 creators that they're putting on that.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think I'm the only Canadian, which
really.
Yeah, makes it even doper. Like, I'm the only one up here repping, so I got my best.
So how do you even get selected? How does that even kind of like come into play? Like, did they reach out to you? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah. So they reached out and just let me know, like, hey, you're being considered for this thing. Went through a whole application process, and you know what I mean? It was not super intense, but you could tell it was intentional. The questions that they asked and the things they want to know, and they kind of took it beyond just content creation, saying like, all right, like, who are you? Like, what do you want to do?
Right.
Went through that process, got the email came through saying that I was selected. Super dope, so awesome. And yeah, here we are now. And
you got a billboard in your own city.
Yeah. So that was extra. Like, and again, like, because a year ago I was still in a student house for real. Like,
right. I watched that video too, where you were talking about that. Yeah.
Like not long ago, I was just some dude. Like I was just, you know what I mean? Like only my friends knew that I was making music. And thanks to like the I want to say the power of TikTok, but that sounds so like
it sounds weird. Just a little bit.
You know what I mean? But like thanks to TikTok, like now I've in the course of a year went from a student house to like my face is literally on, or it was on the Scotiabank Arena. And like I remember I took my family down, we jumped on the subway, a whole bunch of my friends came out.
Hey, I love that.
And posing, and it was just so dope because it was like, yo, like all those hours are worth something. You know, like there's regardless of how other artists may feel about it, but like it just feels good to know that like I've been working towards this thing for so long, and like, baby steps, but I mean, like, there's steps, and it feels good to know the hard work is going somewhere. You being on this list, is there anything else that you get to do? Like, are all the creators on this list meeting up? Like, is there anything else further going on with this list this month? So as far as there is like the obvious, like the amplification, like on TikTok stuff, like now we're sort of featured in this space together. We got posts that are sort of going up like around the same time as each other. We haven't got to link up for real, and I blame COVID entirely. Also, being the only Canadian, I feel like it would have been hard for me to link up with everybody anyway.
Right. Visas, travel, this and that.
Like it would have been.
You got to go to them. They can't come to you.
Exactly. Like I would have had to go to them.
Right.
But like I've also connected with most of the people on the list too. Like these are for the most part, these are people that like I already knew about and was following. And I love the fact that they chose people from diverse areas of TikTok too. Like you guys run cooking channels, and you got comedians on there, and then you got musicians on there, and it's just this wide range, like photographers on there, like dancers. I just think it's dope that they went and they try to like
facts
out and really try to grab as many different areas of TikTok that they could grab as possible. But yeah, we ain't get to link up in person yet, though. I'm gonna say yet,
but soon, hopefully.
As soon as it's safe, I'm trying to pop out and see what's up.
What do you feel like has been like the craziest experience of like this past year for you? Like what has been, obviously I know the billboard was a big thing, but other than the billboard, what do you feel like has been like the craziest moment that you've had since you like blew up on with the music and with TikTok?
Craziest moment I've had. Okay, so I've had a couple. There's like, I'm a dude that's very like, again, I don't go anywhere. I literally sit in the crib all day, make music, watch anime, you know what I mean, play some video games. I don't do nothing else. Like there's nothing going on in my life. But I never would have thought that like I would have been able to connect with so many people that I've been inspired by, and like be able to grab the eyes and the ears of people that I'm a fan of first and foremost. And I think like my favorite thing or the craziest thing that's happened over the course of like, you know what I mean, this last little while making TikTok and things going great is being able to connect with people that are in fields that I never thought would even know who I am.
Right.
Like, to connect with people have seen, like I used to remix theme songs from like childhood shows and stuff. And I had remixed the Phineas and Ferb song, and it made its way to Dan Povenmire, one of the creators of Phineas and Ferb. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like he knows I exist, and this dude shaped my entire childhood. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, or getting to meet with producers who have worked on like some of the craziest projects that I listen to every single day, and I really, really try to draw inspiration from. So yeah, I feel like the being able to connect with people that I never thought would know who I am is the craziest thing. Samuel L. Jackson followed me on Instagram, bro.
No way.
Bro, like
that's insane.
Getting to just cross paths and know that I've somehow appeared in the line of sight of some of these people is just like the craziest thing in the whole world to me, bro.
Nah, that's dope. And you know, one of the other videos that I really like that you did, you were rapping about like dealing with anxiety and whatnot. So how do you personally deal? Because I have anxiety, but how do you personally deal with anxiety on your end?
I feel like I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with that. It's been a part of my life for a really long time, and it wasn't until like a couple years ago where I really understood and identified what it was. I mean, like you know how it is, like
yeah,
and ain't really. We kind of get to a point in life where we're like, okay, wait, maybe this thing that I've been trying to pretend is not a thing. It's actually
a thing. Yeah, facts.
And I kind of got to a point where I was like, all right, this is going very bad. I still suffer from really bad panic attacks, and I'll just have a breakdown and I almost feel like I'm gonna die. And finally went to go see a counselor, and he was like, no, this is anxiety. And I was like, word, all right, cool. All right. Now that I know that that's what that is, the last couple of years have just been trying to figure out how to navigate it. Some days are worse than other ones. Some days are great, and I feel like myself, and I feel like I could take on the whole world. One of the most important parts to me being able to navigate this and live with it is the actual music. I have a lot of things going on in my head at any point in time. It's just my brain is just never off. And it gets really, really jumbled up, and it's hard to sort of realize what's going on and pay attention to things. And I space out a lot, and that contributes to my anxiety. So being able to organize stuff in one place, like on the verses and on the music and choruses, and make these videos to try and represent and accurately represent what's going on in my head, has been a very, very useful tool to me, to the point where like I write every day. And that's just for therapy reasons. So yeah, the music has gone beyond just like me actually making music for everybody else. I really do it for myself first, just because I feel like I need it to be able to manage this anxiety that I'm living with. And the further I go in this thing, the more anxieties come. So yeah, I just lean on the music as much as I can. As far as everything else though, still it's a process.
Word. Now I feel like I'm 25 and I'm still figuring out like how to deal with my anxiety sometimes. I feel like, you know, different situations arise and you just gotta kind of go through the motions, but eventually, obviously, you know, it's always gonna end up the way it's supposed to, and you're gonna be fine at the end of the day.
Right. The best feeling is on those days where everything's going better than everything else. And you don't feel anxious. And you go, yeah, life is going to be all right.
Yeah, life is gonna be okay. Life is good. You go outside, smell the roses, taking some sun. You're like, this isn't so bad after all.
And I realized that being able to look forward to those is also something that keeps me going in a big way, because when things aren't going terrible, I'm able to look at myself and be like, no, but it has to get like something gonna get better. So yeah, anxiety sucks. It's just terrible. But I mean, it is what it is. We play with the cards we're dealt, and try to keep pushing as well as we can.
Word. Well, you know what? All right, cool. So we got to the point of the interview where you and I are gonna play a little game, right? We kind of came up with this in the planning stages of it. So when I was looking for words, because we're gonna have you freestyle a little bit, and I guess I'm just gonna give you some words, and we're gonna see like how you do. So how do you want to do this? I wrote down how many words I wrote down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wrote down 7 words.
All right.
How do you want to do this? We could do this however you want to.
You want to throw me the first word? I'll just start going, and you throw them in, and I'm gonna add them as I go along.
Okay. All right. You give me a cue when you want the next word. All right. So the first word is baguette.
Ooh. Everybody out here rocking baguettes on the wrist, but they never forget what they missed. This bread that they chasing is something adjacent from being masked up like Freddie versus Jason. And every time I get up on the beat, it's not a problem. I'm like Rodman, rebounding is immaculate, so passionate. Every time I shoot up on the court, it's accurate. Steph Curry, can't nobody bury the things that I put up. I don't need to look up to nobody. They look up to me. I'm like a star in that sense. Rappers think that they could present something that's past tense. But honestly, every time I interact with them, it's past tense. It's almost nauseous. I swear I'm flossing, but not in a way that I really need to go on. I could go on for days and days. Throw me another word, I'm going to go insane, off the brain. Not something that they can ever step with. My best shit that I could ever hit them with is not Netflix. You don't watch and then stop. You don't watch what you click. You can watch what you talk, but you can't watch where you sit. So rappers trying to sit in my throne, it's not where they at. I could do this all the time. Don't need to play at anything other than what I could really do well. Selling all these rappers like it's shoes on a retail. And when I get up on this mic, it's very, very easy. Feel like it's in 3D. I see it right in front of me, and ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody hunting me. Run it all the time. I do the running man, sipping on some running mead. And I ain't really smoking on no funny weed, because that shit make my lungs act up. Coughing on the track, get your favorite rapper packed up. Don't be the
all right, let's do bluff.
I get up on the mic and I'm talking regular stuff. Push your favorite rapper over the edge of the bluffs. Ain't talking Scarborough, but my flow smoking like a gun or like some Marlboros. I'm too hard. I can't go beyond those limits that they set in place unless I want to. I don't got to talk to no one I don't want to. I don't got to front to none of these dudes. I'm on your head just like a front tool, no capping. I'm snapping, attacking the way I'm rapping. Something happened that I can never plan for. I open front doors, back doors. I demand more. Dollars inside the safe, dollars inside the case. Murder was the case that they gave me. Can't nobody play me. All these rappers looking at me, doubt me reasonably. Something like I'm Jay-Z.
Hey, all right, I'm gonna give you one more. The last word is scarred.
Ooh. Try to get up in the game, feeling like I'm barred, no entry. The cuts on my body, they leave me scarred. And when they heal funny, it doesn't feel right. I'm taking things to court just like I'm Suge Knight. Feeling like I'm pushing, moving real white. It's like I am not that type. I could get up on any mic and demand it. And I don't need understanding. My flow is so outstanding, like purchases that they making. Bootleg like Canadian bacon. Oh, man.
Nah, bootleg like Canadian bacon is crazy.
Canadian bacon terrible, bro.
Is it really that bad?
Nice, bro. It is garbage. It is so terrible. This is from a Canadian. It's terrible.
I've only ever seen like, what was it, the iCarly episode where like they get the Canadian bacon. That's like my only like thing that I know about Canadian bacon was from that one episode of iCarly a long time ago.
Yeah, bro, you ain't missing on it. Canadian bacon sucks. I don't care. The Canadians gonna hate me for this. That shit is terrible.
That shit is. I'm gonna cut that. I'll be like, yo, he says Canadian bacon is trash. Throw you to the Canadian Wolves. Let them. They'll take you from there.
Hey man, let him try. I'm not scared. I'm gonna die on this hill. Canadian bacon is terrible.
Yo, well, I appreciate you being here with me today, man. I appreciate the time. I appreciate the bars. If you ain't know, the line, probably when y'all seeing this, is out now. Make sure you go run up that single. Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let the people know where they can follow you at? Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, check me out on my social media at Yats, AK, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everything, especially Twitter. Go run my Twitter up. Twitter looking a little slim. Yeah, find me on everything. New music on the way, visuals on the way, whole lot of stuff on the way. Stay tuned.
Boom. I appreciate you, bro. Akintoye on the radar, baby.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Boom.